Okay, so here I am, part 2 of 3.2a lesson, and obviously I ran out of time on number 21 because of that darn page cursor thing. So anyway, here's where we stopped. 8 times 2x minus 8 times 6 minus 3 times 4x plus negative 3 times 1. Now, a lot of people think that's too complicated, and you may see it this way as well. 8 times 2x minus 8 times 6 minus 3 times 4x minus 3 times 1. And that's how I actually show the work. However you show it, be consistent. And if you're making a mistake with these problems, because there's lots of mistakes that happen here, then you're going to need to change the way that you're doing things. All right, so now I'm going to do all of my multiplication, and then I'll collect my like terms. So I have 16x minus 48 minus 12x minus 3. Again, using this underlining system, which makes sure that you don't forget anything, I'm going to underline my 2x terms, because they're like terms, with 1 line. I'm going to underline my constants with 2 lines. And then I can solve this problem in my head mentally. 16x minus 12x is 4x. Negative 48 minus 3 is negative 51. And my final answer with no double signs is 4x minus 51. All right, so what you're going to do after you've copied this work into your lesson is you're going to go back to the top of the page, and you're going to be working with your shoulder partner. You're going to be doing numbers 13 to 22, alternating back and forth with your shoulder partner. When you're talking to your shoulder partner, if they're in charge of a problem, you're listening to them and you're writing down the work that they say. This is how you learn 2 things: how to do things differently, and also how to hear mistakes and correct that misunderstanding that your partner has. So you're listening to your partner, you're correcting any misunderstandings, and you're sharing your approach if your approach is different. And you'll see if you get any different answers. All right, so you're going to pause the video. When you're finished, come back to this lesson. Actually, the sub is going to call on you for answers. We're going to see if your answers are correct. All right, so pause the video and go back to 13 through 22, please, with your shoulder partner, sharing responsibility. Okay, let's see how you did. Number 13, 0.6 plus 3.6r. And those are not like terms, so we can't add them together, so that is finished. It's convention to usually put the variable term first, but it doesn't really matter. So you can do that using the commutative property of addition. Number 14, x times x is x squared, and you should know that from the x squared tile. So the final answer is x squared plus 6x. Obviously, you can't add those two together, and you know the differences in shapes between an x squared tile and an x tile. Number 15, 2 plus 1.2f. I think we did that one. I did that one with you. Number 16, 2x minus 1. And then number 17, I've shown you the intermediate steps, which if you need to pause the video, please do. But the final answer is 2x plus 4. How'd you do? So these are the one-step ones that don't have any subtraction in them. The more challenging ones are coming up. All right, so let's see how you did on the more challenging ones. Slowly she scrolls. All right, number 20 is 65y plus 53z minus 98. Remember, we want to avoid plus negative 98 in our final answers if you can. So we want no double signs in our answers. Number 22 has a lot of negatives going on here. You can see how I showed my work. You need multiple steps here. You cannot get there in one step. And I'm using my underlining technique. Final answer, 127.1v minus 82.9. And I'll go ahead and box that answer. You're going to make lots of mistakes as you do these on your homework, and that's to be expected. But remember all the things that you need to think about when you've got a negative sign. You're taking away groups. And when you're taking away positives, you're left with negatives. And that's what I want you to notice in number 22. This minus sign, let me highlight it here. This minus sign means I'm taking away 10 groups. And when I take away 10 groups of positive 7, my answer should be negatives, and they are. When I'm taking away 10 groups of 14V, my answer should be positive, which it is. So all of these sign issues are very, very challenging. Okay, I hope you've learned a lot. Your homework is only 14 problems, 6 of them modeling and 8 of them simplifying the expressions. Please take your time on the spiral review. I would love for you to get those correct. We will be doing more simplifying in next time I see you. All right, so you may pause the video, stop the video, and get started on your homework if there's any time left. Thank you.